Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. But what can you say about Tuesday?
Nothing. Except it's, going to be warming up this week, dude. Not going to be good. Talked to my wife about it last night. Sounds like air conditioning later this week. Yeah, had a few weeks here with a break, but those 80-degree temperatures are rearing their ugly heads again later on this week. So, air conditioning. Definitely going to happen. Maybe not today, but probably tomorrow. Get it turned on. Get it down to a respectable 64 in my house. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of... Christ, even on Saturday, it's going to be up near 90. Now, it is going to cool off at some point again, but not for a little while. So, yeah, air conditioning back on. We thought we were going to be good to go. This Oktoberfest weather settling in, but not the case. Going to have some heat later this week and into early part of next week. We've got Grant Bilse joining us a bit later on. Talk to him, host of the Wisco Sports Show, find out what he's up to, and, of course, discuss the big Packer win over the Lions on Sunday. Talk about the Brewers. Also got what's new on New Release Tuesday. Let you know what's coming out on DVD. A new remedy for car sickness. Bad news, happy music. We'll get to our check-ins later on as well. rockmornings.com if you want to get in contact with us. You can find all of our contact info on the website. You can listen to the show live. You can check out our daily podcast on there as well. Or you could download the 95.7 The Rock app and or the 92.9 The X app and submit voicemails, images, and videos through the app. Get in touch with us that way. No shortage of connections that could be made. We've got some Papa Roach and Volbeats coming up in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Rock Mornings, Brian and Gene. Update on yesterday's story about the fugitive father in New Zealand who's been on the run with his kids, his three very young children, for 4 years, living in the woods and sort of coming into town and taking what he needs and been spotted by people and locals.
I saw a map of
authorities haven't been able to track him down. He's been
where he's been seen by we were talking about the pig farmers, and then where he's sold from here and here, and the area that he's moved those kids around is massive.
Yeah, and we're talking very young children. When he left, they were all under the age of 10. The three children, mm-hmm. And when he was seen and eventually interacted with police, which resulted in his death, he was with one of the kids, and late yesterday I got a message on Facebook from Tim who told me that the other two kids had been found.
Is that true?
And that apparently is the case. The fugitive father from New Zealand who was on the run with his three kids for nearly 4 years died in a shootout with police earlier this week. While one of his children was with him at the time and was subsequently taken into police custody, two of the siblings remained missing, but they have now been located and are safe. Acting Deputy Police Commissioner there said this is an emotional development to know the children are safe and now receiving care after nearly 4 years is an absolute relief. Tom Phillips was the guy's name, hid in the wilderness with his three children for almost 4 years before he had an encounter with the police there. Apparently they had been reports that he was breaking into a farm. Cops were called. They showed up. They deployed spike strips to stop this guy who was riding a bicycle, and he opened fire on the cops, and they returned fire and killed him. Two children were located about 2 kilometers from where their father had passed away in that shootout in the wilderness. Specialist police officers conducting a search within the bush located the outstanding children of Tom Phillips. I'm pleased to say they are unharmed and are now safe. So obviously this is a very long journey, however, as they, get checked out by hospital and, doctors and, obviously try to verify their health, get them on a, program and then reconnect with the mom who's been obviously, just... Oof.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they, the oldest child that was with him saw him die, and they've been, isolated and alone, no school, no health care, no nothing.
Yeah, the kids now, Jada, Maverick, and Ember, all believed to be around 9, 10, and 12. So you're talking about a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an 8-year-old.
Living in the woods.
Traveling around in the woods, winter, spring, summer, and fall in New Zealand with the father. Campsites and moving around and stealing and who knows what else is going on out there. But yeah, update on that story. Powerball obviously was a big deal over the weekend. We didn't get any winners in Wisconsin, at least not jackpot winners, but we did get some big winners. There were 3 $50,000 winning Powerball tickets and one $100,000 Powerball ticket that were drawn right here in the States. A $100,000 winning all or nothing ticket was also drawn on Saturday, and a man claimed $1 million diamond scratch off at the Madison Lottery office.
Gosh.
So we did have some winners here, even though the
Whoa.
Powerball tickets were sold in Missouri and Texas, I believe. Nobody in the state of Wisconsin won the $1.8 billion jackpot. One ticket was sold in Missouri, the other in Texas, but there were 3 $50,000 winning tickets and one $100,000 ticket. Sister Bay, Antigo, and a Quick Trip in Neenah all sold the 3 $50,000 winning tickets, and the $100,000 winning ticket was sold at a Quick Trip in Ashwaubenon. So,
awesome.
Sort of rando sprinklings.
Awesome.
Amazon cracking down on people sharing their logins and their accounts if you don't live together in a primary residence, so you're screwed.
Oh my God! Get out of yourself. You don't have enough money.
You're gonna
Bezos.
No, they don't. This is what the rich do. They don't care about us. I don't know why we give them our money. I'm as guilty as anybody. But starting next month, Amazon Prime members who want to share shipping perks with other customers must live together at the same primary residential address. A change from the company's previous allowance. It's their Prime Invitee program. Customers can only share their shipping benefits, and those benefits could be shared with anyone regardless of where they live. With Amazon Family, Prime members can share shipping and digital benefits, but with household members only. And Amazon spokesperson confirming that earlier last week. The change is coming at the end of the month. Once the Invitee program ends, Prime members who want to share their benefits and digital content with their family members will have to make them a part of their Amazon family. So you can still sort of take advantage of these programs. You just got to make the switch for now. So your daughter, obviously, who now lives in Madison.
Well, when she needs stuff, we just order it under our Prime and ship it to her. But then there is the digital benefits too, right?
Right.
The Prime.
Watching Prime videos and having access to, whatever.
Blah,
But
blah, blah. Bezos.
Amazon changing it. They want your money, Gene. They're
Yeah,
poor.
of course they do.
Bezos needs a new yacht. A new yacht.
What?
Horrific footage. I'm sure you've seen it. Read the story. The Ukrainian refugee on the train in North Carolina as she was sitting there minding her own business, attacked from behind and killed. The attack unfolding back on August 22nd, soon after Irina Zarutska boarded the South End light train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Cops identifying the killer as a homeless man named Carlos Brown Jr., who has a very lengthy rap sheet, including an arrest for assaulting his very own sister. He was seen in the footage watching her for some time as she sat in the seat in front of him, eventually taking out what appeared to be a knife or a blade from his pocket, stood up and loomed over her from behind, swinging the knife as she sat there with her phone. Brown was shown leaving with a trail of blood throughout the train. Other passengers appeared not to realize that the killing had taken place. I don't know how that happens. He then rips off his shirt. He was arrested soon after and charged with first-degree murder. His bond subsequently denied by a judge, and that guy remains in custody. Her family, obviously heartbroken, said on a GoFundMe page that she had only arrived in the U.S. in 2022 seeking safety from the war in the Ukraine in her home country, hoping for a new beginning before she was killed. But this is just, this story obviously is going supremely viral right now with the ICE deportations and all these other things and crackdown on
crazy person.
crime and just some crazy person on a train.
Oh, my God, that was scary.
Well, and, look, this is a problem that we have in America. This is not something new, but these people continue to get arrested. They go through the justice system. They're in and out of courts, and they get lost in the cracks, and then all of a sudden somebody dies on a train, and then what? And then we ask why, and then we move on to the next thing. You know, it's no different than the stuff that happens at schools.
Attacked his sister, so he's got a history of violence.
Yeah, they say that he might, obviously probably has some serious mental illness. But Democrats on the House Oversight Committee releasing a sexually suggestive letter to Jeffrey Epstein that was reportedly signed by President Donald Trump, which he has denied. The letter was included as part of a 50th birthday album compiled in 2003 for Epstein. The full House committee on Monday night releasing the copy of the entire album, which had names of some other prominent figures such as Bill Clinton and attorney Alan Dershowitz. And a Friends section of the book included other letters with sexually provocative language. Trump has said that he did not write the letter or create the drawing of a curvaceous woman that surrounds it. He filed a $10 billion lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal for earlier reporting on his link to the letter. As I have said all along, it's very clear President Trump did not draw this picture and he did not sign it, said the White House press secretary. President Trump's legal team will continue to aggressively pursue litigation, but things aren't getting any better.
Looks like we might see some rain this afternoon. Late this morning or early afternoon. It's a possibility anyway. Nothing really crazy as far as rain totals, but there could be a quarter of an inch, maybe a half an inch in some areas. Warming up by the end of the week, though, in the mid-80s. It looks like for Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Air conditioning going back on. Well, dude, it's going to be like 90 on Saturday. I'm not effing around. Yes, it is. My app says 87. I don't know what you're looking at.
We'll see if it gets there. We'll see if it gets there.
Daily. 87 on Saturday. Right there. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Got a text from John, said GoFundMe is not allowing for a fund to be set up for that guy that killed the Ukrainian girl. Good. F that guy. I'm sorry. Innocent until proven guilty kind of thing. Court of law appears, all that crap. But, I mean, there's video evidence of this guy doing it. And I don't know what the hell you want me to say. But, yeah. Bury that guy under the jail. Sports coming up in a bit. Lots of other stuff to get to. Grant Bilse going to join us just after 8 o'clock.
Lots of sporting to talk about.
Man, so much
sporting.
We're going to recap our pigskin picks. See how we did. How do you feel like you did?
I don't know.
All right.
I know the Ravens lost, right?
They did.
So I got that one wrong. I know
we'll get to that a bit later on. Right now, it's Papa Roach.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Volbeats on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Michael Hellman driving in all 5 of the Rangers' runs. He had a grand slam and had a double. The lefty for the Rangers, Jacob Latz, pitched 5 2/3 scoreless innings, and the Rangers beat the Brewers 5-0 last night.
And a comebacker knocked down by Martin. He shovels to first. This one is over. The Rangers have shut out the Milwaukee Brewers. They take the opener 5-0.
Same 2 teams tonight, 7:05 first pitch. Brewers in Texas taking on the Rangers. Week 1 of the NFL wrapping up last night with the Vikings beating the Bears 27-24. J.J. McCarthy threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter.
And the Vikings rallied for the win.
It's a Dunze. It's Moore. He's got to get rid of it. He does. And Manungai can't make a play, and that's it. The Minnesota Vikings will start this season 1-0 with this strong comeback and a win on the road here in Chicago. Kevin O'Connell starts 1-0. Ben Johnson, the rookie head coach, 0-1. And J.J. McCarthy back home in Chicago gets the win.
Big fourth quarter there for J.J. McCarthy, rallying from a hell of a deficit, putting 3 touchdowns on the board to lead the Vikings to win.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was posting, on social, like, oh my gosh, this is supposed to be the guy, leading into it. And then I didn't see the fourth quarter, but I woke up this morning, saw even one where he ran it in. He ran one in for a touchdown even.
Week 2 of the regular season kicks off on Thursday night with the Packers hosting the Commanders on Amazon Prime.
Go, Pack, go!
Bears will be in Detroit on Sunday at noon. Vikings host the Falcons Sunday Night Football on NBC at 7:20. 2 primetime games for the Vikings 2 weeks in a row. Elsewhere, Buffalo Bills fan who got into it with Lamar Jackson has now been banned indefinitely.
Really?
No big surprise here. You can't put your hands on players. You just can't do it. Got into a shoving match with Lamar Jackson and DeAndre Hopkins during Sunday's game. Will not be attending any more NFL games for the foreseeable future. ESPN's Adam Schefter said yesterday that a Bills team official said the fan who was ejected following the shoves was indefinitely banned from the Bills and NFL stadiums. So not just the Bills, but everywhere else.
Oh, no.
This guy, unwelcome. Yeah, you can't do it. You just can't. I mean, can't do it. Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Jim. Got some Bad Flower in a bit. Day Seeker as well. We'll let you know what's new on New Release Tuesday. Grant Bilse going to join us later on to talk Wisco sports. We'll check out our pigskin picks, see how we did in week 1. Bad news, happy music, lots to get to yet.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Today is a very special day. National Teddy Bear Day, September 9th.
Teddy bear?
It's National Teddy Bear Day.
Cool teddy bear.
You win a teddy bear.
Your teddy bear?
It's National Teddy Bear Day.
Teddy bear.
Named after President Teddy Roosevelt.
It's like a teddy bear. Another teddy bear. Wow.
Your teddy bear.
Take your position. It's showtime. Oh, teddy bear.
National Teddy Bear Day.
I love when they throw the teddy bears on the hockey rink.
Teddy bear toss.
Yes.
Teddy Bear Day.
Oh, my gosh. I love that.
Also, it's International Box Wine Day. International Sudoku Day. The number puzzle.
Yeah, the little, okay.
9 boxes, 9 numbers.
Nope.
No. National Wiener Schnitzel Day.
Ooh.
And also Steak au Poivre Day. A steak with a little bit of seasoning, a little pepper on it. It's delicious. Can't go wrong. But National Teddy Bear Day.
Do you still have your teddy? Did you have a teddy bear? No.
I mean, I had a few stuffed animals when I was a kid, like a smaller child's. And then obviously I had like my wrestling pillow buddies. But I never had like a teddy, like one that not that I remember, at least. One that
Stood the
stuck
test
with
of
me.
time.
No. No.
I had a lamb. Well, actually, I have a lamb. I still have it in a tub upstairs in the attic. My mom kept it long after I was done using it.
I think my wife's got the remnants of a teddy bear and like a pillowcase
Yes,
along with a blankie that she's got. That used to be, she used to sleep with it in the bed, but it got to a point where it was like, it was getting where it was going to just disappear. Like it was not going to exist anymore. And so I think she just tucked it away and it's somewhere. Television tonight, America's Got Talent, the quarterfinals on NBC, over on Fox. A new episode of the 1% Club. Also, episode 6 of Alien Earth on FX. Episode 5 was pretty good. I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're into that show, aren't you?
The octopus eyeball alien got inside of a guy's head, and he attacked the alien and was like biting on its back and stuff, which was a hell of a scene. Hell of a scene, man. I'm more terrified of the alien octopus eye thing than I am of the alien. Like, I've seen the alien in a bunch of movies, scary with the mouth and all that stuff, and the drippy and the acid blood and the big horn, the thing.
Yeah.
But this octopus eyeball thing is freaky deaky, man. I don't want that anywhere near my face.
What is it, a good guy?
No. Anything alien's bad.
Okay,
There's no good aliens. None of them are good.
This is just a different type of alien.
Oh, yeah.
Bad guy.
They were out in
Dead
space, and they got a bunch of aliens, and that was one of them, and I don't want nothing to do with that guy. Also on HBO tonight, the premiere of Seen and Heard, the history of black television, a 2-part journey through black representation on TV.
There is the new generation of black creative figures.
I need to know what I want to say.
When you know what your show is and what it's about, you hold on to it for dear life.
My values and who I am and what my experiences are.
It's about being seen and heard.
That's really our job, to reflect the times in which we live, so that maybe we don't have to keep reliving it.
The premiere of Seen and Heard, History of Black Television on HBO tonight. Also, the first season finale of Songs and Stories with Kelly Clarkson on NBC. Lizzo will be performing with Kelly.
Kelly Clarkson!
Netflix has got to do a better job of advertising this stand-up special because I have no effing clue what the hell this girl does. Now, listen, I'm not her target market, is my guess.
Yes.
Right? But they have a new stand-up special from someone named Jordan Jensen, Take Me With You. And I watched the trailer, and there were no jokes in it. There was nothing funny in it whatsoever. It was just her going blah, 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 and making weird noises.
If I went to a doctor and I said, doctor, make me look how I feel.
That was it in the trailer. That was the only, that was the only thing in the trailer that was remotely funny, and it wasn't even that funny. I watched the rest of it. The next 45 seconds, it was just her making weird noises, and I had no clue what the hell was going on. I am not watching Jordan Jensen Take Me With You on Netflix. Do better.
Probably not for you.
No.
For people. Not you, though.
Not me. Definitely not me. Also on Hulu today, the series premiere, the fifth season premiere of Only Murders in the Building.
We're going to miss you, buddy.
Guys, the police report just came in.
A guy fills a fountain with blood in the most murderous building in New York. They say it's accidental.
So we just assumed murder.
Lester had a run-in with the mobster the night he died.
I found a finger.
Nobody accidentally slices off their finger.
This is a message.
It's like the horse head in The Godfather.
I know that one.
They came to you on the night of my wedding.
Yeah, I made him an offer he couldn't decline.
Okay.
Refuse, actually. Only Murders in the Building. Season 5 premieres on Hulu, and the actors from that series, Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, are going to be on with Jimmy Fallon tonight. Fallon's also got Michelle Dockery from Downton Abbey, the grand finale, which I think is in theaters this weekend. Kimmel's got this year's Emmy host, comedian Nate Bargatze. Martha Plimpton is going to be on, and she is also starring on that HBO Max miniseries Task, along with Mark Ruffalo. Eugene Levy and Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor are going to be on with Stephen Colbert. Chance the Rapper going to be on with Seth Meyers, along with the Kentucky Governor Andy Bashir and screenwriter Seth Rice. That's what's on the boob tube. It's also New Release Tuesday. The biggest one is rated PG-13, and it stars ScarJo and Mahershala Ali. Dinosaurs.
See, I would watch this at home. I didn't go to the theater.
Because it's always the same.
Well,
it's
yes,
just dinosaurs.
but it's dinosaurs. But that's a Friday night popcorn eating thing.
5 years after Jurassic World Dominion, which came out in 2022, and Expedition Braves, isolated equatorial regions, yada, 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 dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World Rebirth. Yeah. Rated PG-13, available on DVD today. Also on DVD, Elio.
So if any aliens are listening, please come and get me. Okay, bye, love you. It's really happening.
We search the universe for the dreamers and stargazers like you.
This is awesome! Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. Oh, no. My name's Elio. Well, what's your name? No one's ever asked me my name before. I'm Glorden. Back home, I didn't fit in. I thought Earth was the problem. But what if it's me? Well, I like you, and you seem fine to me.
Elio, PG. Animated. Voices of Brad Garrett, Zoe Saldana, and Jonas Kibrib as Elio. Space fanatic, active imagination, gets abducted, meets some aliens, has to save the universe.
Mm-hmm. Has an adventure, a giant adventure.
Some kind of thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also on DVD today, rated R, Ana de Armas, Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, Angelica Houston, Gabriel Byrne, Norman Reedus, Lance Reddick. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina.
You're him. The one they call the Baba Yaga. How do I start doing what you do?
Looks like you already have.
An assassin trained in the traditions of the Ruska Roma organization sets out to seek revenge about her father's death. Runs into John Wick, shoots some guns, kicks a little bit of ass. Ballerina from the world of John.
Could be good.
Vick, the Baba Yaga. Rated R on DVD today, Materialist, starring Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal. An ambitious young New York City matchmaker finds herself torn between the perfect match and her imperfect ex.
Hey, Are you single? I'm a matchmaker. Give me a call if you want to meet somebody.
I deserve someone who fulfills all of my criteria.
Nothing over 20 BMI.
I don't want someone who likes cats. I'm trying to settle.
I promise you're going to marry the love of your life.
The Materialists, rated R on DVD today. Also rated R and on DVD, starring Will Sasso from Mad TV. Clown in a Cornfield. And it's exactly what it sounds like. A fading Midwestern town in which Friendo the Clown, a symbol of bygone success, reemerges as a terrifying scourge.
There would be a tradition around here.
Every year, there's this parade where everyone gathers around the Friendo float.
Friendo? It's the clown on all the Bay Pen corn syrup labels. He's practically a local legend.
There's a psycho dressed up like Friendo, trying to kill us. Call 911. Where's the button, Jen? What is this? What kind of phone is this?
So it's a comedy slasher horror clown.
It's stupid kids getting chased by a clown in a cornfield who kills everybody. And at the end there, you heard her. She couldn't figure out a rotary phone.
No, I don't know. How do I deal with this?
What kind of phone is this?
911. I don't know what I'm doing.
By the way. I find that amusing. But if you like seeing young kids get murdered by a clown, then that's your jam, right? Rated R, Clown in a Cornfield. This one, I might watch this one today or tomorrow. I'm gonna watch this one soon because a lot of these like fringy Nicolas Cage movies, because he stars in a ton of movies, right? And it's just because he's crazy and he's a wild and crazy actor. This one actually sounds like, and I watched the trailer. It looks like something I could get into. It's called The Surfer, and it's rated R, and it stars Nicolas Cage. A man returns to the beach of his childhood to surf with his son when he's humiliated by a group of locals. He's then drawn into a conflict that keeps rising and pushes him into his breaking point.
You can't stop a wave. Born in a storm, way out to sea. Pure energy. And it's all building to this breaking point. I grew up here.
Don't live here. Don't surf here.
Hey, Dad.
It's okay. You're scaring my boy.
Now. No need for all this fuss. Listen to me, brother. I know it's smart to lose space in front of your boy, but you gotta know when to back down, or it could get a whole lot worse.
The Surfer, rated R.
So it sounds like a bunch of terrible things happen to this guy till he just loses it.
Well, yeah, so basically he's from this place. Yes. He moved away. And based on what I learned from the trailer, he has a chance to buy his old childhood home. He's going to do that. He goes back there with his kid to try and get his kid into the surfing thing because he obviously loved it as he was growing up. The locals there don't want you surfing there anymore, and then they, of course, the bleep hits the fan. So
yes,
to speak.
It sounds like it.
The Surfer, Nicolas Cage, rated R. Also rated R and on DVD today for new release Tuesday, Bride Hard, starring Rebel Wilson, Anna Camp, Steven Dorff, and Anna Chlumsky.
Guys, I just saw Sam. She's not who I thought she was. She's a total badass secret agent. Do you even feel pain?
I'm human, aren't I?
Oh, I don't know. Are you?
This is a solo mission.
No! We're gonna save everybody together.
Rebel Wilson is the bride. What do they call the bridesmaid? What is the best man on the women's side? What the hell is that? The Bride of Doom? What the hell do they call her?
Yes.
The chick. What do they call her? What's her name? What's her stupid title?
Maid of Honor.
There you go. Thank God. Jesus. Maid of Honor. She's the maid of honor in this girl and her best friend's wedding. But she's also a mercenary who has to take on this job, or she's like a CIA operative, and these mercenaries take over the place where the wedding's happening, and she's got to kick a lot of ass with her friends. It's called Bride Hard. It's rated R, and it's okay.
She could have been used at the wedding where the guy punched the bride yesterday.
Yeah.
We talked about yesterday.
Ice Road Vengeance, starring Liam Neeson. Also on DVD today for new release Tuesday. Mike goes to Nepal to scatter his late brother's ashes on Mount Everest. He and his mountain guide encounter mercenaries on a tour, but mercenaries are everywhere, man.
Yeah, they sure are.
They got to kick a lot of ass. Yeah, Liam Neeson kicking ass on a bus in Nepal on this one. It's called Ice Road Vengeance. Also on DVD today for new release Tuesday, Chicago PD Season 12, Dark Winds Season 3, NCIS Season 22, and The White Lotus Season 3. That's what's new.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I'm busy on a new release Tuesday. That Surfer one, I might track that one down.
It got 86 on Rotten Tomatoes.
And it was well received at a film festival and all. Not that usually influences my decision, but Nicolas Cage going crazy, I'm here for it.
All day long.
I'm here for it, man. We got Green Day in a bit. We've also got Grant Bilse joining us later on. Bad News, Happy Music. Lots to get to.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Green Day with Basket Case on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
That's a band you did not see this summer.
No, we did not. We've seen them in the past several times. I'm good for now. I don't have any, itch to go see them. Not that I don't want to see them, but I just
Brazil right now, I think.
They've got
Paraguay.
They got a movie coming out apparently about some. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a movie about some kids who I think thought they were going to be opening for Green Day, sort of like a buddy road trip comedy music thing. I'm not quite sure. I saw some stories about it, but I didn't read up on it, so I apologize for not being completely informed. But yeah, some kind of Green Day. It's not a documentary. It's not about the band, but I think they're involved in some way, shape, or form.
A high school garage band that heads to Los Angeles under the belief that they'll be opening for Green Day.
That
sounds like it. Yeah.
That's it. That's
New Year's Rev, apparently.
Yeah, I think it comes out soon. Actually, there's a kid in England. You got to see this video. You got to see the story. It's unbelievable. It brought a smile to my face, and it takes a lot nowadays for that to happen. There's a kid in England.
Well, I love it already because their accents I could listen to all day.
Well, I don't know if this kid's verbal. He's got cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And went to an ice rink with his parents, and a random stranger offered to help take the kid for a spin out on the ice for the very first time. So the kid's confined to a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. The guy said he was a hockey player, promised his parents he'd be safe, so they okayed it. Great video of this kid flying around the ice in his wheelchair. And he's got just a massive smile, just all the joy in the world on his face right now. Blue Greenwood has a severe form of cerebral palsy. Stage 5 quadriplegic, relies on ventilation to keep his airways open. After he spent 6 months on life support this year, his mom and her family decided to get out of the house and enjoy an outing, so they took Blue with them. They drove to the National Ice Center in Nottingham last Sunday. 10-year-old boy excited as they got to the skating rink, probably loved watching hockey or all sorts of different stuff on the ice on TV. Blue, approached by a stranger, offered to take him out on the ice for a spin. Hockey player. Son was in good hands. Tyler carefully guiding Blue's wheelchair all over the ice, all around the rink. The boy just overwhelmed with happiness. Mom crying on the sidelines.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, going fast.
Right.
You're kind of going fast. There's wind in your hair, and you're able to travel a lot faster than you have ever been able to.
As a mother, I felt so happy to be able to watch my son smile and laugh with joy. All I have ever wanted for Blue was for him to be included in fun activities for his age. Yeah, mom's screaming in the video, by the way. You can hear her very happy with the whole situation. But if you haven't seen the video, or if you want to give it a Google, just...
He lights right up. He just lights right up.
Blue, and it's BLEU, like blue cheese. Blue Greenwood in England, going out on the ice. Another good story comes to us from Arizona. We've seen a lot of dogs, obviously, get adopted after going somewhat viral online. This dog, no different. A 3-legged dog, a tripod, ended up in a shelter after surviving a gunshot wound. But now she's got a forever home with another amputee.
Oh.
This guy obviously knows what it's like to be without a limb, so he said, hey, this is the perfect dog for me.
My wife and I just want to provide her a happy home for the rest of her life, and she's really fitting in real good. She's just the most loving and sweetest and respectful dog, to be honest, that I've ever encountered. Obviously, as you can see, she is a front leg amputee, and I'm an upper extremity amputee. On the 1-year anniversary of my accident, I saw a video you guys shot with her hopping down a hallway, so I was up there, I think, a day or two later. And she came home. It's helped me out a lot. And I hope that in return I'm helping her, too.
That guy is Zach Monticello. He lost his right arm in a UTV accident just last year. So he's obviously still probably coming to terms with being without his arm.
I'm sure of it.
after being a grown-up, and getting to his age.
So he sees this dog, and he's like, this is the thing.
Saw a video of the dog, who's now named Cleo, on the 1-year anniversary of his accident. Says she's the sweetest dog he's ever known. They clicked. She's helped him a lot. Hopes that she feels the same way. The dog survived being shot and losing her leg. First discovered by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office after being shot in Phoenix, Arizona. The injury so severe that they had to amputate her leg. Once the case was won, she was turned over to us, and she was just waiting for the right adopter to come along and snatch her up, and that's exactly what happened. Zach, 1-year anniversary of his accident, saw the video. Cleo.
Mm-hmm. Match made in heaven.
Yeah, now has a new home with Zach and his wife, and obviously doing much better. It's always incredible to see how quickly dogs overcome stuff like that. Not all of them, but I was with a girl years ago who had greyhounds, and one of them broke a leg and had to amputate. And a couple months after recovery, just back up and running around like a psycho, just out there in the yard. Didn't even know, like, you couldn't even tell it was without a leg. It was going as fast as it used to. It was just,
really,
yeah. It was wild to see, man. It was cool.
Those recovery stories are just always heartwarming, aren't they?
Oh, totally. And this is kind of funny. I didn't know you could do this. I mean, I've seen firefighters put oxygen masks on pets before, but I didn't know you could do CPR on a drunken raccoon, apparently.
I think you can do it on most animals, right? They've brought cats and dogs back from house fires. Like
I'm sure, but I guess, a nurse in Kentucky who has a very funny accent, by the way, performed CPR to a drunk raccoon. The baby raccoon got drunk eating fermented peaches that were dumped in a dumpster and then nearly drowned because it was drunk.
So our health department is right beside of Kentucky Miss Moonshine. They had put some fermented peaches in their dumpster, and I guess the 2 baby raccoons had got into the dumpster and they were stuck. Everybody that was around was like, it's dead. I mean, it's just not going to make it. Immediately, I just started doing CPR on it. I was tickled to death that it was able to join its mom again. That poor little raccoon, I hope it stays out of the dumpster.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's a distillery, and they're making some kind of peach whiskey or whatever.
Moonshine.
Some kind of moonshine with peaches in it, and they dump a bunch of that stuff. Fermented. I don't know if I've ever heard it pronounced that way. And this lady saw the raccoon drunk and having some troubles and performed CPR. She's a registered nurse. Her name is Misty Combs. Works at the Letcher County Health Department in Whitesburg, Kentucky. She and some colleagues spotted the mother raccoon running around the parking lot.
Oh, no.
They investigated and saw that the 2 babies were trapped inside the dumpster. One of them was passed out from eating fermented peaches. Yeah. Got the babies out with a shovel. Started doing some CPR. Video shows her doing chest compressions, periodically turning it over and slapping it on the back. She was relieved when the raccoon started breathing again. The Kentucky Fish and Wildlife personnel there appeared on scene and took custody of the raccoon and then brought it to a veterinarian, got it all checked out, and then released it back into the wild.
Man, does she have a southern accent or something going on there? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
That was you talk funny, lady.
Yeah. Fermented.
Peaches.
I think she actually said fermented, right? Instead of fermented, she said fermented.
Fermented peaches.
But with an accent. I'll have to listen to it again.
It was good.
Rock
really
Mornings
good.
with Brian and Gene. About an hour from now, we're going to talk to Grant Bilse, the host of the Wisco Sports Show.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
The next time you're on a winding road feeling carsick, don't reach for a paper bag. Crank up a cheerful tune.
Music keeps you from barfing. Music keeps you from hawking. It keeps you from spewing and chugging and heaving. It keeps you from tossing your cookies. And music keeps you from blowing chunks and praying to the porcelain god.
Happy music, because hurling isn't harmony. So turn up the tunes to keep the chunks down.
A new hack, if you will, for people who suffer from car sickness
I'm
is
listening.
to listen to happy music. New study found that music, just plain old happy, upbeat music, can help to alleviate motion sickness. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a car. It could be on a plane. Boat. Seems like great news. But you can't just listen to anything while you're out there. You got to listen to upbeat, cheerful, gentle music. Nothing too crazy or aggressive. That could include stuff like classic music, soft rock, maybe a little yacht rock. Sailing, take me away. Playlist could even include some Enya, whatever she falls into.
Oh, that is like...
Sail away, sail away, sail away. That's like massage music,
jazz, right? Yeah, yes. Like massage music, kind of, yes. Spa-ish.
You could also listen to some joyful music. They include, of course, songs by Taylor Swift. Some upbeat stuff from her. Can't Stop the Feeling, Justin Timberlake.
I was just going to say Bruno, Justin, that kind of stuff.
Well,
so
and then,
pop heavy.
Upbeat, happy, lighthearted music could help alleviate some of your motion sickness problems, including, of course, Happy by Pharrell.
Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy.
Is it the happy nature of it, or is it the sing-along kind of thing where your brain stops thinking about how you're sick because it's thinking about the lyrics or whatever?
The idea is that motion sickness often causes negative emotions and tension, which triggers symptoms like dizziness and nausea. Music can help calm those negative triggers, which can relieve the effects of car sickness for some people. The study notes that sad, agitated music could exacerbate the discomfort and motion sickness. So if you're listening to Karen Carpenter, you're probably going to have some problems back there. The problem is, what if the cheerful music, like the stuff that a kid insists on listening to every time they're in a car, Baby Shark, literally drives you crazy? Unclear if the study accounted for different musical tastes or if it just used the typical responses from the people who participated in the experience. For example, obviously hard rock fans, metal fans could get a happy feeling listening to Slayer or Cannibal Corpse or Deicide or Typo Negative or whatever.
But what they're saying, the other people in the vehicle that
While
don't
it
like
could
that.
also have a very negative response for someone who enjoys, the Beach Boys or Disney soundtracks or whatever.
I'm sure it would.
They also include Hakuna Matata from the Lion King soundtrack as one of the upbeat, cheerful songs
Hakuna Matata.
that you could listen to.
Is this the one that Drew sang in your backyard?
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
Him and Dustin, yeah.
At your summer party, you had a karaoke back there, didn't you?
Yep.
And those guys got up there shirtless on a warm summer night.
We were all pretty much shirtless because, there was a pool and a hot tub, and it was very warm, and everybody was singing and drinking and having a good time.
So it's 10 o'clock at night, and this is being belted out of your backyard?
Yeah. So Drew and Dusty.
Some friends of yours, ours.
Singing Hakuna Matata in my backyard at our annual
in the dark
backyard barbecue.
shirtless.
No, we had the lights. We had the lights on. And Puck was singing scenes from an Italian restaurant for some reason, which was way out of left field. I was like, what?
It's a great song, but that's going to go on for a long time.
If I'm grabbing the mic, you probably know what songs I'm going to sing, right? I'm going to stay in my wheelhouse. Puck grabbed the mic, and I was like, what the hell are you doing here with the Billy Joel and the scene? It's got 19 different tempo changes. What are you doing?
It does.
You can't sing along to this. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. Great song, great guy, but this is not the one you sing at a party. Piano Man.
It's too late for that, man.
Stepping Out, Uptown Girl. I mean, something. Scenes from an Italian restaurant? What are you doing?
Did he get booed? Did you guys boo?
No, but I was just watching him with it was one of those songs where you have to read the lyrics because you can't remember them all. And again, the tempo changes, and it's like, what is going on?
This is a difficult one to gnaw on there.
Yeah. I think there's video of that somewhere. That might be the reason why we don't do our party anymore. Yeah. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. A new hack for car sickness. If you've got a person that suffers from motion sickness, maybe some upbeat, happy music in their headphones while they're in the back seat.
Maybe.
Your kids suffer?
Oh, yeah, bad.
Dramamine?
Mostly Grace.
Dramamine?
Yes, usually.
How long does the ride have to be before the sickness
Well,
kicks
and it
in?
depends on where she is in the vehicle, too. You know, if she can be
Right,
in the
yeah,
front.
if you're in the
very
front, the
back
window
of the
open.
van. The very back seat of the van is the worst for her. It's just, the middle row's better, the front's the best, but the back is, not very long. It's a half hour, 45 minutes.
Really?
When we drove out west that time,
Yosemite?
we actually had glacier. They like Dramamine patches that we put on the last 12 hours because we were in the car for
Dope up your
8,
kids.
10
That's good.
hours at a time.
Oh, yeah. It's just like when your kid's got a toothache and you put a little bit of whiskey on their gums. You just put them right to sleep.
Patches.
Hell yeah. Sports coming up after 3 Days Grace. Animal I Have Become.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Karen. You what? Why did you do that? Why did you do that, Karen?
She's alarming but disarming and a really very charming modern girl.
Karen. That ball was mine.
Oh, Philly's Karen is still out there living her best life. We have not yet been able to identify her.
That is just crazy to me. But did you see the dad says leave her alone, basically?
Yeah, we're going to get to that here.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, obviously, the Philly's Karen, for those of you that need an update, last Friday at the Marlins-Phillies game, running over, stealing the ball essentially from a child, getting into it with several other fans, flipping people the bird, yelling at people. I mean, another guy in an Eagles jersey, she was getting to it with him. He's probably like, dude, calm down, man. We already have a bad enough rep. We don't need you out here just planting your flag in the sand over a baseball. The dad, earlier this week, giving an interview, trying to explain his side of the story.
As soon as it cracked off the bat, it was starting to head our way a little bit. It fell and kind of bobbled between the two armrests, and I picked it up, and I just walked away and held the ball up high and put it in Lincoln's glove. And then she showed up. As she reached for my arm, she just yelled in my ear, "That's my ball!" Like super loud. I jumped out of my skin. Then she's like, "Those are from our seats." And I said, "There was nobody in that seat." I pretty much just wanted her to go away and be dad and show him how to de-escalate the situation. So that's where I went.
I wasn't very happy that we had to give it to her, but we can't win. She was gonna get it anyways.
So the father, Andrew, has now come out and said, please don't do anything to that lady.
Yeah, leave her alone, basically.
Told that to USA Today Sports yesterday. Said, quote, leave it alone. Somebody knows her and can talk to her. That's different. But, God, I don't want people breaking in their house and stuff like that. The internet already messed her up pretty good. The internet is bloodthirsty, though, man, and it's not ready to let this one rest because we haven't had a chance to peck at her.
I think
because we haven't figured out who she is.
I believe that she's on. Like, did this person then not go to work? Does she not have a? I mean, it's.
My guess is she's probably not on social media, or she's got it on lockdown, and she's just hunkering down, waiting for the next thing to blow.
Yeah.
Blow this out of the.
And, okay, let it go. I guess I mean, what's she supposed to do? Say she was sorry? That hopefully that she already is sorry.
Speaking of that, Blowout Cards, a major trading card retailer, has now offered this woman $5,000 in cash in exchange for the baseball with a catch. She must sign it saying, quote, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Blowout Cards on their website, the offer is official. The price is, quote, firm. If the offer is accepted, Blowout Cards will give the ball back to the boy, who, of course, has been identified as 10-year-old Lincoln Feltwell.
He got a bunch of stuff already.
And he's doing okay.
Yes.
But a company called Blowout Cards has now offered $5,000 to the woman, the Karen in the video, to return the ball, but she must write, I'm sorry on the ball.
Well, and the internet is crazy, like the dad's talking about, like breaking into someone, like threatening her with all his violence. And I mean, I'd be scared too.
Yeah.
She's to come forward.
Elsewhere in sports, the Brewers losing 5-0 to the Rangers last night. Same two teams tonight at 7:05. Week 1 of the regular season wrapped up last night with the Vikings over the Bears, 27-24. Week 2 will kick off on Thursday night with the Packers hosting the Commanders at 7:15 on Prime. 49ers will be without star tight end George Kittle for a while as he deals with a hamstring injury, but they might also be without Brock Purdy this weekend against the Saints. Head coach Kyle Shanahan said yesterday that Kittle will sit out a few weeks because of his right hamstring injury that he suffered in Sunday's win over the Seahawks, although that announcement was expected. Brock Purdy apparently has some left shoulder and toe injuries. The more serious of the two is the toe. No word if he'll actually miss the game yet. Obviously, it's still early in the week. And Russell Wilson is going to stay The starting quarterback for now is the New York Giants. Brian Daboll made the announcement yesterday, said he was a bit non-committal on Russell Wilson's keeping the starting job after his performance in their 21-6 loss to the Commanders on Sunday. But he said, yes, Wilson would start this Sunday. After the game, it's an emotional game, a tough game, didn't play particularly well, I would say, collectively, in terms of making any of those decisions, really, at any position or schematic changes. I like to do it with a clear head and watch the tape, and that's what he did, and he's going to stick with Russell Wilson for now. But my guess is that week 3, it's going to be Jackson Dart behind center for the New York Giants. Make your picks accordingly, or set your rosters accordingly. Be prepared for that change. Coming up in a bit, speaking of that, we're going to check in on our pigskin picks.
I was just going to say, how'd we do? How'd I do?
We'll do that here in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Week 1 in the books. Our pigskin picks were made last Wednesday. It's time to take a look and see how we did. Let's just say that I thoroughly thrashed you this week.
What does that mean?
I destroyed you.
You mean you got a couple more right than I did?
I got several more than you did.
You got a couple more right than I did?
13-3 is how I finished the week. You were 8-8.
As 50%. I'm batting, what is that, 500?
500. That's Hall of Fame numbers right there.
Exactly. I'm doing good.
So on my week 1 schedule for pigskin picks, I had Philly and the Chargers both winning the first 2 games on Thursday and Friday of last week.
Philly won, right?
Philly, yep. And the Chargers beating the Chiefs in Brazil, had that one. I took Tampa Bay to beat Atlanta and Cincinnati to beat Cleveland. Got both of those right. Then somehow Miami, which I thought the wheels would fall off on Miami in like week 3 or 4. I didn't realize it was going to be week 1. But it's a dumpster fire down there, and the head coach is not going to make it through the end of this season. He might be the first coach fired this season. In season. I mean, they got problems down there. They lost to the Colts 33-8. And I chose Miami to win week 1, and they let me down, way down. I did get the Jacksonville pick over Carolina correct. I shouldn't have been a homer. I should have gone with the Raiders. I picked the
never pick the Raiders unless they're playing the Patriots.
Well, and I picked the Patriots because they're my team, and they let me down. Drake May sucked ass, and the Patriots sucked ass, and Mike Vrabel may not be the answer in New England. We'll see. I did get the next umpteen right. Arizona over New Orleans. Don't take New Orleans at all. They might be the worst team in the league. They might go over. I know you love the Saints. I know you love Drew Brees.
I do.
But don't take. I'm telling you, man. If you want a guaranteed win every week, take whoever the Saints are playing. I got Pittsburgh right over the Jets. Aaron Rodgers' revenge game, right? He actually looked pretty good out there. A-Raj. Also got the Commanders over the Giants correct. Denver over Tennessee. And I got the San Fran pick over Seattle correct. Also the Packer pick. I chose Green Bay over Detroit. Detroit going to be struggling a bit this year, I think. I got the Houston Texans wrong. I thought they were going to beat the Rams. And then the last 2 games on Sunday Night Football and on Monday Night Football, I got Buffalo over Baltimore in a barn burner. And then I picked Minnesota to beat Chicago last night. So I ended up 13-3. The only ones I got wrong were Miami, New England, and Houston. Jean, however, struggled mightily right out the gates. She took Philly, but then she also took the Chiefs, and that did not go well for you. That game in Brazil, kind of a disaster with the Chargers.
But why wouldn't you think that it could happen? Come on, it's not that crazy.
Look, they didn't show Taylor Swift or talk about her once on the broadcast.
Yeah, but they're a great team. So
that's the death knell for a team right there when they don't mention Taylor Swift. You also took the Dirty Birds from Atlanta. That was wrong over Tampa Bay.
I told you.
Your next 4 were correct. You got Cincinnati over Cleveland. You got Indianapolis right, which I picked wrong. You also got Jacksonville over Carolina, and you did take the Raiders, which you've said never take the Raiders unless they play New England.
That's correct.
So you got that one right. You whiffed it on the Saints. Don't play with your heart on the Saints. I told you it might be the worst team in the league this year. You got Pittsburgh correct. Aaron Rodgers' revenge game against the Jets. You took the Giants to beat the Commanders. That was an oopsie. You got Denver right over Tennessee. You picked Seattle over San Fran. That was wrong. You did get Green Bay right. And then your last 3 games were an absolute disaster. You took Houston over the Rams. That didn't work out for you. You took Baltimore to beat Buffalo. That obviously didn't work out for you.
Ravens, my son liked them.
And, well, your son doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He plays video games for a living, all right? The kid doesn't know anything about football.
When he was growing up, he liked them, so that's why I took
and then
it.
you went with the homer pick because your husband's a Bears fan, and you took Chicago and Minnesota coming from behind in the fourth quarter.
Based on research of how good the teams actually
Obviously
are.
not. That's why you finished 8-8 and I finished 13-3.
That's just what I'm picking.
Week 1 of Pigskin Picks. Brian thumping Gene one step closer to his seafood paella. Purchased or made at home, otherwise, whatever. As long as I'm getting it. You've got a chance to catch up. We got 16 more of these, right? You're only 5 games out.
Yeah, this season goes on until like 2026, Brian. I got plenty of time.
Well, we're only doing the regular season. We're not doing the postseason.
It still goes to 2026, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think December is when the regular season games come to an end. So right now I'm thoroughly trouncing you. Thoroughly trouncing you. I can almost taste that saffron in my seafood paella that was promised to me so many years ago. Rob texted in and said, welcome back, football. Football can leave now. Though once again, it seems the defense isn't Chicago's problem. I think Rob is a Bears fan and
my poor husband last night.
Very excited, had the lead. You're up, 24-7
in the fourth quarter.
For 10 or whatever it was in the fourth quarter, and you think you got this thing in hand. You're at home. Nope. How'd that work out for you, Bears fans? Nope. Chuck Testa, nope.
That had to have been very exciting for our coworkers here who are Viking fans. I can't wait to see them today in their Viking jerseys.
Also got a text from Naomi, said, did they ever figure out who that Karen was from yesterday's story? No, they have not identified her. They thought they got her on Saturday, but it was some woman who is a Red Sox fan.
Not me.
Had to change her social media stuff.
Not me.
Got a text from Ryan, who said, my friend, my wife found the best thing for car and motion sickness is a pair of those motion sickness glasses.
I didn't know about the motion sickness.
They look goofy, but they work every time. Yeah, I didn't know about motion sickness glasses either.
It's in the glasses.
God, you should make me wear the glasses.
Oh, they look like goggles.
Well, yeah, they're like the reverse drunk goggle thing, right? So you put the drunk goggles on to see what it's like to be a drunk and drive, and this you put them on to be
anti-vertigo. They're also for vertigo.
Your daughter's not wearing
those in the car.
No way. No way. No way is a millennial kid wearing those things.
It's got 4
in public,
like 2 over here and 2 over here.
Well, yeah, you got to get your peripherals. Thanks for the text, Ryan. Appreciate it, but there's no way that Elle is wearing those in public. I can tell you that much. And I don't even know her that well. 18-year-old girls are not wearing those things in public. Mom, someone could see me.
Seasickness, car sickness, air sickness.
I look like Grandpa.
Oh, don't even look like that. I don't know what you look like. Roller coasters. Oh, yeah, you're going to wear those on a roller coaster for sure.
Also, we narrowed down the word fermented from the nurse in Kentucky who saved a drunk raccoon's life by performing CPR on it.
She got a baby raccoon out of a dumpster. It had eaten a bunch of peaches that were thrown out from a moonshine plant facility manufacturer. And the poor little raccoons were so drunk they couldn't breathe. So she gave it CPR and brought it back to life.
Yeah, and the way she had said fermented was very strange because she had a thick accent and she sort of pronounced it weird, so I narrowed it down.
Fermented peaches.
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 Wow, that is an interesting way to speak.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches. She does kind of say it normally. It's just that accent's so thick that it just sounds off.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
Wow. Oh, my honey, your wiener is so big. That's how my mind operates. I immediately start thinking, what kind of sex noises does this lady make? You know, what kind of what kind of dirty talk is going on down there in the bedroom? Oh, baby. I don't know how much of it I could say.
Probably not any. People get the picture. You painted the picture, right?
Start rolling that around in your brain. All right, enough of that. Fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
We'll get to some white stripes in a bit. Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show is going to join us as well.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Tuesday mornings, just after 8 o'clock, we're joined by the host of the Wisco Sports Show, Grant Bilse. You can hear his program weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 on stations across the state like WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. Grant Bilse, how are you, sir?
I am well. Nice to hear from both you and Gene. I hope you guys are well as well.
I just, we were playing some Rush there as we were talking about things that happened on this day in history, and Rush had dropped their 9th album, Signals, way back in the 80s, and I said that maybe Grant Bilse is into Rush, and then I remembered that you said that the guy from Toto is a better drummer than Neil Peart, and my friend Jeff said there is no effing way that the drummer from Toto is better than Neil Peart. I've seen Rush 37 times. They are absolutely better.
Well, that sounds like someone without any personal biases. That sounds like where that's coming from. I'm not a huge Rush fan. Nothing against Rush. I don't know. It's a little, the prog rock, it feels a little mathy, like someone's adding or subtracting. It's the same with Tool. Like there's a couple cool songs, but like I feel like they're doing math problems up there on stage, making all these beats and these things fit together. And I don't know, sometimes that loses.
I know the pieces fit. He says it right there in the lyrics. What about some ELO? Are you into the more upbeat jive and jam session emo or prog rock? Are you into that at all?
Yeah, because Jeff Lynne is awesome. He's like one of the greats.
We're finding some common ground here. We're finding some common ground here. We're finding a little bit.
A little bit?
Grant Bilse and I love me some ELO. Can't go wrong with Evil Woman.
I'm surprised you're an ELO guy. Not to judge you one way or another. You do have a softer side here and there. I think of you as this big, burly, tough motorcycle riding, rock listening to, tough guy.
Who likes some Emerson, Lake and Palmer once in a while?
ELP, yeah. Not my jam.
Okay, next time we're together, we just need to sit down and I need to hear about the bands and the artists that you like that aren't super hardcore rock, because I'm curious.
I love a lot of them. I love Sinatra. I like Billy Joel. I like all sorts of different stuff. I'm an 80s glam rock guy. I love all of it. And heavy metal as well. And, stuff like Slayer and Deicide and Typo Negative and Def and, Cannibal Corpse and all that stuff. I listen to it all, man.
Have you heard him sing Neil Diamond?
Everything except for country. I love me some Neil Diamond.
He loves to sing that.
Oh, I love Neil Diamond. You'll have to join me for Neil Diamond Week on the Wisco Sports Show coming up in April. We do it every April, Simpson.
I'll make a note of that in April to join you on your show, because I'm sure by that point I'll be on every effing show in this company's roster. I'll be on everybody. You know how it goes, Grant. All right, let's get down to business before I get fired. So Packers with a big win over the Lions. Kind of saw that one coming. The Lions, they got a new OC in DC this year, right, I believe? And so they're going to struggle, I think, a little bit to find some ground to stand on. Packers look pretty good. What's your reaction to the game?
You're right. The Lions have 2 new coordinators, 2 new starting offensive linemen. So they're dealing with some transitions and some changes for sure. I think Sunday was way bigger for the Packers. I think that game meant so much to the Packers. You have them at home. They haven't won against the Lions at home since 2021. They've really struggled against Dan Campbell, and they struggled in the division last year. Like, that was a game the Packers had to have. And then you throw on top of it Micah Parsons' arrival and all that energy. Like, it was a huge game for the Packers. They had to win it, and they showed up and played like it was a huge game. So I think the fact that it was a much bigger game for the Packers than the Lions helps explain it. I think the Lions will piece some things together, get better with new coordinators and new players, and I think they'll be okay. I don't know if they'll be good enough to win the division again and win 15 games, but I think they'll be a contender again. Simpson, I think Packers fans should be most happy that we watched our team on Sunday and very clearly saw, they got better in the offseason. Last year they had issues ABC, and it looks like they addressed issues ABC. And I watched a lot of other teams on Sunday, your Patriots being one of them. the Niners, the Falcons, the Giants, where it's just like, what did they do this offseason? They're the same team with the same issues. And that's a really bad feeling to have week one, and I was kind of scared that maybe that was going to be the case, and it absolutely wasn't. The Packers look like they're way better at a bunch of things that they needed to get better at, and that's exciting.
Yeah, and a quick turnaround for the Packers. Of course, they open up week 2 on Thursday night at home against the Commanders. I guess the good thing is they don't have to travel, and they came out of that game against the Lions with basically no injuries.
Yeah, Zach Tom missed practice yesterday because he banged his hip, and they gave a couple of rotational guys. They traded for a guy named Kennard, I think, from the Eagles, who played a little right tackle in the second half, and then Belton, their second-round pick. So I don't know if they just saw that as an opportunity to get him reps, or probably they're thinking, well, we got to play on Thursday. You know, if we could get another guy or two ready and get them some practice just in case they got to go. But you're right, for the most part, they didn't suffer any massive injuries. Jaden Reed's dealing with a broken foot, which he's just choosing, I guess, to manage and to deal with all year long. That's nothing from Sunday. But, yeah, other than that, they came away pretty clean of injuries, and they're not the team that has to travel for Thursday Night Football, so that's an advantage this week.
Got a text from Dean. Immediate response to your comments said, did the Packers get that much better, or are the Lions a dumpster fire after losing Ben Johnson?
Well, I don't think they're a dumpster fire. I think you lose coordinators and you lose starters. That really impacts you. Look, I'm being 100% transparent. That game was a way bigger deal for the Packers, and they played like it. Like, that made sense watching that matchup. Yeah, the Packers are a little desperate to get a divisional win. The Lions, not so much. So, sure, I think there's something to be learned from that game about the Packers and the Lions. I think the Packers are better, and I think the Lions, at least in that game, were a little worse, which is why the game was so lopsided, yeah.
Grant Bilse, host of the Wisco Sports Show. You can hear him on WKTY in La Crosse and on Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire, weekday afternoons from 4 until 6. Are you team pocket pancakes, or are you team quesadilla?
Are you going with quesadilla?
Because I got to be honest, I was in on the pocket pancakes. I'm starting to get out, because it feels gimmicky now. Like, it felt like one of those things that was funny and it was cool and ha-ha, and you sell them at the ballpark and everybody gets on board. Now it's like this weird kind of, it's like a
what's he gonna pull out of his
it's like a carrot top prop comic kind of thing now. It's kind of gimmicky. I'm not sure I like it.
So that's reasonable. I'm all for calling out coaches and organizations for forcing gimmicks. It's a baseball game on a Friday night on Apple TV. I think that was a big part of the reason he did it again, is because the original pocket pancake incident, the PPI as I like to call it, happened on Apple TV, and it was with their sideline reporter, who's great. I can't remember her name, and she was cracked up by it. So then they play again, a month or so later on Apple TV, and yeah, you go back to that well. That's fine. What I'm struck by, and Brian and Gene, you talk to people who have been around Murph, either in college or in the organization around the Brewers. He has an effect on the ladies. They get around him. They just, I don't know what it is. And he's pulling food out of his pockets, and this sideline or this, dugout reporter for MLB Network and Apple TV, she's just smitten. I can't believe this man's pulling a quesadilla. I'm more amazed at the Pat Murphy effect and his charm, let's say, because it's very clear that he just has a way with women, and I don't even think he's trying. He's just, dry, deadpan humor, food in his pants, and he's just got this certain way about him. Well, I don't know how to put it into words, but that was my bigger takeaway from Friday.
Yeah, I feel like this might be the end of the pulling random food out of your pocket thing, because after the second one, it's definitely going to be a bit too gimmicky.
Yeah, well, there was.
Come on, dude, you're forcing it. You don't need to force it.
Apple TV and the same reporter, and so there you go. So the Brewers are 2-0.
2 is good.
2 is good. This is my quesadilla is the new mantra. But by the way,
last but not least, we have to talk about this. It's the biggest story in America right now. It's the Phillies Karen. Everyone burning up social media trying to find this woman. What's your reaction to the Phillies Karen situation that happened on Friday night?
Very fun internet clip that our society is trying to ruin by making it an actual thing. Like, this isn't something that needs to make cable news. This is not something that needs to get talked about on the O'Reilly Factor. Although I don't know that the O'Reilly Factor's been on for a long time. Just an example of
I get you.
A show that, the culture wars. It does not need to become a part of the culture war. It's a fun internet thing. We don't need to learn this woman's name. We don't need to figure out where she works. I definitely don't need to know who she voted for. People relax just a little bit. I I do think there's a funny conversation to be had about the way the dad handled it. I like how the dad handled it. I'm a big fan of not fighting at sporting events. If I'm ever lucky enough to have a son or a daughter who I get to take to a sporting event,
You're
that'll
going
be an
to
important
not
life
try to
lesson.
not fight at them?
Yes, we're not going to fight the loud, drunken, disorderly man. We're gonna be the reasonable ones. The kid came out on top. He got a ball.
I know, and
met Harrison Bader, which was cool. Yeah, came out ahead. I think the dad did the right thing by giving the ball away. I'm a big fan of Kenny Rogers. The song "Coward of the County" gives us a good playbook here. You don't have to fight to be a man. That's the whole point of the song. Until the end when he had to fight, but it was a little bit more serious than a ball. I think Bill had the best. Bill Michaels yesterday said what the dad should have done is made the lady take the ball out of the kid's glove. If they were going to give the ball back, what Bill said is the dad should have said, "Here you go, son. Extend the glove with the ball in it and make the woman take the ball out of your glove." I thought that was very funny.
I don't think she cared, honestly, from the way that she reacted afterwards with the other fans that were there. She doesn't think that she's in the wrong at all whatsoever. She is convinced that she is 100% right and deserves that ball. And she would have taken it from a baby, a dead person, anybody. She would have taken it from that kid, the dad, the entire stadium. They could have had the Philly fanatic down there, and she would have taken the ball right out of its honker so that she could go home with a baseball because she thought it was hers.
But I do think, don't you think, Grant, that like the fact that she's remained hidden all this time, maybe we just leave her hidden. You know what I mean? Like it's over now, and maybe we just go away. Because I don't understand how that she hasn't been found. You know what I mean? Like how is that a thing? And the poor lady that got blamed for being her is like, oh my God, no, it's not me.
We're trying to cancel a woman over an incident that we like today and tomorrow is probably the last day we're ever going to think about this. Like this has had a nice little run over the weekend, and it's lasted to Monday, Tuesday. So like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday content creators like us can have a run at it because it happened over the weekend. This is fine. I don't need to know who this woman is. I bet that she probably thinks, that was kind of. Man, what was I thinking? I got all hot and bothered. Also, if you're at the ballpark, the ball should always go to a kid.
Always.
Like, always.
100%
Every
of the time.
single time. There's never a ball, unless it's like, Ohtani hits number 60 or whatever, because, I need to pay my rent, so I'm going to sell that ball.
That. I share the same sentiment. Look, if we're talking about a profitable home run ball, right, one like a Barry Bonds or a Ohtani or some sort of record-setting baseball, then all bets are off, right? Then it's thumbs and eyeballs on the bottom of the scrum, and whatever happens, and whoever walks away with the ball is the lucky guy. But if it comes down to like just some rando foul ball on a Friday night between the Marlins and the Phillies, if there's no kid in your section, okay, you get to keep it. But if there's a kid in a 10 rows surrounding you, you got to give it to the kid. Come on, man.
Yes. Seek a kid out. Find a kid. It's a baseball. Yeah. I don't know what goes through people's heads. It's a baseball. Again, if it's Ohtani,
right, there's money to be made.
It's a record-setting ball. There's money to be made. I got to pay my rent. And that kid doesn't, in theory, have to pay their rent. So we can take that kid to the pro shop and get him something cool. I'm keeping the moneymaker. But a foul ball off of, I don't know, Anthony Siegler of the Brewers. It's
Harrison
Tuesday
Bader.
night. Just give it to a kid.
Grant
That
Bilse.
was the worst part for the kid. He had to meet Harrison Bader. Of all the players on the Phillies roster, that's the player he had to meet.
Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show. Always a pleasure. Have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you next Tuesday. All right, buddy?
Nice to chat. I'm going to go listen to some ELO Simpson. I look forward to talking next week.
What's top of the playlist on an ELO playlist? What's number one?
This is interesting that you even like it.
He dumped off.
Oh, he's gone.
That's all right.
That's all right.
All right. Bad News, Happy Music is coming up after Wage War. We'll get to that next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
A guy in Canada named Casper Lincoln was arrested after he was caught driving through town last weekend, drunk, in a child-sized pink Barbie Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
Wearing some aviator glasses, possibly for safety. You go so fast in those things, the bugs come at your eyes. You got to be able to protect them. Casper claims he was being lazy, decided to take the Jeep out for a Slurpee run. While a friend walked alongside him, he says he drove on the sidewalk mostly, but did drive on the side of the road as well, and that's when he got into trouble. The cop pulled him over.
Come on. I mean,
noticed some real violations. Casper had a suspended license. Also, his blood alcohol level was above the legal limit. Yes, you can apparently get busted for that in Canada. He was arrested for DUI because he was on the road and was prohibited from driving for 90 days in addition to whatever is happening with his suspended license. He was not speeding, however. The Barbie Jeep only goes about 5 miles per hour, probably with a kid in it, so I'm guessing it was even slower with a full-grown adult in there. Onlookers getting a laugh about it, surprised that the police got involved with everything else that they've got on their plate. The police, however, say it's not a laughing matter. Casper insisted he didn't know he was breaking the law, said he has no problems with the police, said the arresting officer was nice. That's what they do in Canada, right? They're nice. When asked what his takeaway was, he said, don't drink and drive.
You're really arresting him for driving a kid's Jeep?
I just wanted to get a Slurpee. I got lazy. I didn't want to walk. I'm going like 3 clicks. I did my hand signals and everything. Model number.
Man, come on the sidewalk. Come on.
Yeah, this guy busted.
I'm not that intoxicated.
Yes, you are.
Really good big wheel green machine race that was probably over the league.
Oh, you were definitely over the legal limit.
Over the legal limit in the alleyway and the sidewalk.
If you're in your alleyway with you know who doing green machine, then you are over the limit.
Yes,
you were probably several times over the limit. But yeah, this guy driving his Barbie pink Jeep
on a sidewalk to get a Slurpee.
Mostly on the sidewalk to get a Slurpee while his friend walked alongside him and then got busted because he ended up on the road. So there's that. Said he never drove it before. Pictures of him driving it too. All over the internet. Cop pulled up right behind him with his lights flashing at the gas station. Got him bent over the hood of the cop car. 2 officers. It took 2 officers to arrest this guy. Apparently they solved all the problems in Canada. So they got to track down this dude. Real lawbreaker. This is kind of crazy. Thankfully, I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about this kind of crap. This is in North Carolina. A 4-year-old sent to the hospital after his family says a snake bit him at his daycare.
Like a pet one in a terrarium and it got out kind of thing? Or like...
Incident occurred at the New Beginnings Child Enrichment Center. Boy's family said the snake bit him near his finger, and they shared a picture of his swollen hand. It's definitely swollen. The daycare said it happened on the playground when the 4-year-old was playing near a sandbox, and a worker killed the copperhead snake after the attack.
Oh, my gosh. So they couldn't control that. That was just nature. Be in nature.
Problem. Boy's family said the daycare never called 911 about what happened.
Okay, there's the problem.
According to family members, the child's guardian was the one who rushed him to the hospital. Emergency services confirming that they did not receive a call from the daycare. The boy's aunt, a woman named Brooke, said the daycare first claimed it was just a splinter or perhaps a broken hand.
Okay, no. Well, now you're lying about the injury completely.
Not only that, but if it's a broken hand, somebody better get called for that. I mean, splinter, okay, whatever. Splinter is a splinter is a splinter. But broken hand, copperhead bite, somebody better be getting called.
Yes.
She says the information changed when the guardian arrived at the daycare. The director got up and said he got snake bit. My first thought was, why didn't they call 911?
Yeah,
My second thought was, like, do the other parents even know? When asked if the daycare alerted other parents about the incident, they declined to comment. 911 there says emergency services respond to snake bites every year in the county.
Well, I'm sure.
They don't carry anti-venom, apparently, but they do help the patients before they're treated at a local hospital. So this kid and his parents very upset.
The director got up and said he got snake bit. My first thought was, why didn't they call 911? My second thing was, like, does the parents even know about the other parents?
Yeah, it's not their fault that the kid got bit in nature. It's their fault they didn't do anything about it, and they lied, basically, and tried to make up a story. And,
What's the level of, like, kid injury that has to occur for 911 to get involved? Bleeding? It's like a scuffed knee.
Bleeding that requires stitches, probably.
Like a cut?
Or that can't get...
Needs something
maybe
better
not
than a
even
Band-Aid?
911 then. No, just the parent that says, hey, I think this injury is going to need stitches. You're going to need to come...
Well, of all the...
head injury...
of all the calls to
broken
911
leg.
that should come from a daycare center, you would think that a bite from a copperhead would be on the list.
Yes.
Right?
A bite from something that if they're allergic to something.
Dog, wolf, raccoon.
If they have an
squirrel,
allergic reaction, that's a 911
some kind
choking.
of animal incident on the playground.
I have had it with these snakes on this plane.
Hashtag Florida, much like the scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a valet in Miami videotaped going for a joyride.
Taking cars for rides?
Oh, yeah. Got caught, too.
Other people's cars that are
Got caught, too. Miami police arresting a valet attendant after they say he took a car that wasn't his for a spin, and it was all caught on camera by the vehicle's owner. Video released by the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office shows the valet attendant, identified as 23-year-old Augusto Cesar Sandino Traz, behind the wheel of a black Audi back in June.
Yeah, well, it sounds like...
Happened at a condo building. In the video, the owner irate telling Traz to get out of the car. The police say that a victim dropped off his car, the keys at the valet stand. Traz did not park the car, instead sped out onto the road. I'm calling the cops. Give me the keys. You're done. You are getting fired, the victim heard yelling at this dude. Victim on his way up to his house when he saw his car speed away from where he left it. He told police Traz almost hit a building with his car before stopping. This guy was arrested, charged with grand theft.
Cool. It's not cool.
And for a black Audi, I mean, come on, man. Ferrari, Lamborghini, something a little more fancy, but a black Audi, you probably see 10, 15 of those a day. Come on, man. I know they're nice cars and all that, and I probably can't afford one, but still.
Yes, I can't either.
If you're going to take something for a joyride and lose your job and get arrested for it, let's go up a notch here. Let's take it up a notch. Last but not least.
Okay.
What do you bring to a football tailgate party? Let's say you're going to somebody else's house.
Something to drink.
Okay.
Maybe some dip and chips, something like that.
Food, beverages.
Yep. Maybe some yard games if it's at a house. Something to do, something to play.
Bags. Bring some cornhole bags. Maybe ladder toss.
Something like that.
Any kind of decorations? No?
No,
Probably
not if I'm going to somebody else's house. No. Some sort of food, some sort of beverages, maybe something to...
The usual.
Maybe a chair, some chairs. What about, if I need chairs.
There you go. Some chairs, right? Something to sit on.
Yeah.
What about some drugs? You got to bring some drugs with you?
I will not be drinking. No, I won't be.
No drugs?
No, I mean,
bring the drinks, but not the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Advil. Some Advil.
Well, next time you go, bring your drugs because you might get killed if you don't. Man in Missouri charged with first-degree murder of his roommate. 54-year-old Marvin Bird, charged with first-degree murder, armed criminal action, unlawful possession of a firearm, and resisting arrest for a felony. He allegedly killed his roommate after they both went to watch a college football game in a small gathering. The 54-year-old became agitated with his roommate for not bringing household items and drugs to the event.
I'm here to tell you about drugs and alcohol and why they're bad, okay?
Okay.
Police say this guy shot his roommate on the street and then waited for the officers to arrive on the scene.
Lordy.
When he was arrested, Bird said his roommate was being verbally reckless and that this had been an accident. Officers said Bird told them the shooting was a result of a long buildup of frustration against his roommate. Bird taken into custody at the scene, being held without bonds. Roommate's name not released yet.
Dude.
You're going to a college football game. You're in
You
Missouri.
didn't bring the snacks. You didn't bring anything from home, and you didn't
Probably
bring
going
your
to
drugs.
watch that game we talked about yesterday, the KU Missouri game with the kid that was kicking the field goal for $25,000 and lifted up his shirt.
Do you think things were building? Because it doesn't seem like forgetting some snacks and maybe bring your drugs is a reason to kill your roommate.
Well, this party is DOA without these drugs. Can't you just go home and get them? I mean, how far away do you live from this place? It's just 5 minutes away. I'll go get them, dude.
You brought your gun. Maybe you should have brought the drugs.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the thing. Like, I'll bring the gun and the Coca-Cola and the chips. And you bring the meth,
household items.
You bring the meth and the cheesy dip. You know what I mean? Like,
he didn't walk out of the house empty-handed. He had his weapon.
Boy, his rent's going to go up too. You know what I mean? Like when you kill your roommate, now you got to pay for the full rent. No more splitting the bills.
It's going to be hard to get somebody to move in with you too.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's going to have a roommate in prison in the cell. Idiot. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Going to get to our daily check-ins in a couple of minutes. As I mentioned earlier, Incubus dropping their second album on this day in 1997, many, many years ago. The album Science, featuring their big single off of that one, New Skin.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find our website online at rockmornings.com for all our contact info.
That Adam Sandler tour.
Yeah, Milwaukee. I got a text from somebody who said he's going to be in Milwaukee. Fat Boy.
On Sunday, October 5th. But I was going to tell you about Saturday, October 4th in Des Moines. If you want to go see our friends, you could go down and see him at the Casey Center there. The You're My Best Friend tour tickets start at about $50 and go up to $200.
Yeah, we'll see. We got a big trip coming up the week after that, so I don't know if we're going to be spending that kind of money on Adam Sandler show. As much as I'd like to go, the well does run dry at some point. But thanks, Fat Boy, for texting in saying that Adam Sandler is going to be in Milwaukee. Appreciate that. Also got a text from Rob early this morning when we were talking about last night's Monday Night Football results. Said, welcome back, football. Football can leave now. But once again, it seems the defense isn't Chicago's problem. I don't know, dude. They gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter. Sounds like a problem for the defense.
The fourth quarter sounds like it was a problem.
Naomi said, did they ever figure out who the Karen was from yesterday's story? No. We talked about that a couple of times this morning. She still hasn't been positively identified. And as Grant Bilse mentioned when we talked to him a few minutes ago, this will probably start to peter out as we lose interest and something else comes along. But as soon as someone finds out, it'll re-spark the flame.
Yeah, I think she must be in hiding, like underground, like a bunker or something.
Ryan texted in when we were talking about motion sickness, and apparently listening to happy music is a go-to move out of a new study. Says it can help with your motion sickness, listening to upbeat, up-tempo, happy music that makes you, feel good. Well,
I knew about the medicine, like Dramamine. I knew about the patches and prescriptions and stuff, but these were glasses.
Ryan said, my wife found the best thing for car and / motion sickness is a pair of the motion sickness glasses. They look goofy, but they work every time.
They do look goofy because there's 4 lenses. There's 2 here.
It's just like medicine. Why does the medicine taste like crap? Because it works. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
We don't have time to put bubblegum flavors in it. We're not trying to make you taste good. We're trying to make you feel better. That's why the medicine tastes like liquid
Those
death.
are some goofy looking glasses, but if they work, they work. That's great.
Bill texted in and said, is she related to the one guy on King of the Hill? I'm assuming he means Boomhauer.
Fermented peaches.
We were talking about the nurse from Kentucky who gave CPR to a raccoon that got drunk on fermented peaches.
Fermented peaches.
It almost says fermented.
Fermented peach. She's got a massive southern accent. Woo.
Thank you, Fat Boy, again for the text about Adam Sandler. We got a text from someone who said that Rudy opened that bar in Coon Valley, not in Genoa. I said Rudy, our buddy Rudy Wopat, who was related to Tom Wopat in a weird sort of way, who's, I think it's like second uncle or something like that. Tom Wopat's birthday is today, and I said that my friend Rudy Wopat
bought a bar.
And I think it's a family legacy bar. I think his parents owned it years ago, and it's called Rudy's Poor Choices, and it's in Coon Valley, apparently. I thought it was in Genoa. I was going in the wrong direction. Dean said, did the Packers get that much better, or are the Lions a dumpster fire after losing Ben Johnson? Grant said that, essentially both things could be true. The Packers look better. And yes, the Lions could be kind of a dumpster fire. Also got a text from Corbin. This is, I tell you what, I'm glad I don't go to school over there.
What?
He sent in a link to a TikTok account, the.uwl.pisser, who is following 7 people, has 4,166 followers, and there are, I would say, a dozen to 15 videos of this guy, or it's got to be a guy, based on the stream, of this guy walking around campus, places I've been at, UWL, the sign that says Eagle Hall up on Grandad Bluff, over by a sign that says Eagle Fest, the Murphy Library sign. Looks like a parking ramp. He's peeing right down the parking ramp in between the stairs. Walking around campus as many people ponder who I might be. Some roses or some flowers over here by one of the buildings. And yeah, this guy apparently just walks around and pees on things over on the UWL campus. And he's the UWL pisser on TikTok. So that's good.
Oof.
So yeah, TikTok,
Gross.
let's keep going with these awesome people on TikTok who are doing good things for the universe.
That's gross.
Corbin also texted in and said that apparently there's another account called UWL Pisser Hunter trying to track this guy down.
I was waiting for that.
My guess is these two people know each other,
Yeah.
or they might in fact be the same person looking to get clicks and views. So if you get a few more out of our mention, then you're welcome, UWL Pisser guy. I told you, got to wash everything nowadays. People are putting stuff inside their bodies at Home Depot. They're peeing on things over at the camp. I mean, you just can't trust anybody.
Gotta wash stuff.
You have to, yeah. You have to. I mean, you look at those cops, right? They down in Florida get methed out. They get all they touch door handles. People put like meth on them or whatever.
Yeah. And then they'd have huge
bath salts and
reactions.
they fentanyl and they almost die. No thanks, man. And I'm not like Howie Mandel germaphobe crazy, but stuff like that, it resonates a little bit. You know what I mean? Where you're like just walking around, you're like, is it safe to open this quick trip door? Somebody put fentanyl on the back of this thing? Somebody pee on it? I don't know.
I guess maybe he did. I didn't see that.
The UWL pisser, is he over there?
I don't know. I'm
Doing
going to watch.
business?
So.
Is there a UWL pooper as well?
I don't know. This is the first I heard of it. This is brand new for me.
Right, well, thanks, Corbin, for passing that along, I think. It's nice. Oh, God. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, or try to. We'll talk to you tomorrow.